All right, we're talking with Fitchburg's Jake Thibeault. Jake, are you a junior at Babson yet, or am I ahead of myself here?
A little ahead of yourself.
Okay.
I'm a sophomore. I kind of wanted to slow down, so thankfully I'm not a junior yet.
Okay. Okay. Well, you keep doing that homework, young man. All right.
Yeah, I'm trying. Yeah.
Yeah, but for those of you that don't know who Jake is, and it was 2021, I believe. You were playing hockey. You had a serious injury. The doctor said you were paralyzed from the waist down, and
Yep.
one of the doctors said most likely you're never going to walk again. And you, being Jake Thibeault, said you're wrong. I am, and you've been making. I've been watching your videos on Instagram. I saw one of you actually kind of crawling on a mat in a gym.
Yep.
I mean, so were you really using your legs for that?
Yeah, it's funny, Mike. It's been a long yet short 2.5 years here, and I stuck by those words, like you mentioned, when that doctor came in and kind of told me that news of my extent, my injuries, and thankfully, I kind of look at it as a blessing. I have no memory of the exact accident. I kind of went right into a seizure when I got hit, and had a small brain bleed as well. So kind of was all fuzzy, and remember kind of 2 days later is my first memory. And I stuck to those words. I have it on my wrist, and I live by, 2 words, no quit. And I try to strive to live by those words every day in my life, no matter what it be. And that's been the case with my physical therapy. I could barely sit on the edge of a bed, could barely get myself from a bed into my wheelchair. And, here I am 2 years plus out and living on my own at college. And like you mentioned, making strides in PT. It's not as fast as I'd like, obviously, but it's progress. And what I've learned is it comes in increments. And those times that it's a little slower than others, you just got to dig deeper and push harder. And so, yeah, I am crawling. I'm getting better at crawling, starting to add some, resistance in the crawls and stuff. But even getting up in a walker, being able to pull through my legs a little bit, can't lock out and stand up on my own yet. That's kind of the goal right now. But, I chose the hard route, and I'm ready for it. And I'm just blessed I'm able to fight the fight and not let paralysis gain ground on me.
Yeah, you're going in the right direction, and it's pretty amazing to watch that progress on your Instagram. I saw you playing golf. That must have been pretty awesome.
Yeah, no, same thing. Fortunate that I can still do it. I always say you don't realize how much you love things until they're gone, and it's great. I'm able to get out and play with friends and clear my head. I love going out and a nice day, hit the ball around. I'm not too good. Wasn't too good before my injury, and not too good after. But I enjoy it. It's a
Right.
lot of fun. So.
Yeah, I played disc golf, and I've been playing for like 5 years. And I always say I don't play disc golf, to get a PDGA rating. I play disc golf so I don't drive into a mall or lose myself in a road rage incident. So it's it's something I enjoy, and I can just focus on that for a little while. That's
exactly. I'm same thing here.
Yeah. So let me ask you. So when you're feeling discouraged, when you're feeling down, what do you do to kind of get yourself back on track?
Yeah, I've been so fortunate with the community that has come around me, and I've taken pride in being an independent person my whole life. Grew up working on a farm, worked out, had to kind of work for everything in my hockey career, in life, and kind of this smaller underdog, and I took pride in that. But when I got injured, I realized I couldn't do this alone, and that still is the case to this day. And so in those moments of kind of, I'd say, fear, or kind of just in a little rut. I've fortunate. I've been speaking to high schools when they ask, and kind of going out and just kind of spreading what I've learned to help others. And one thing I said, sorry, someone's coming by me on a skateboard right now.
That's okay.
One thing I said is that there's no such thing as a bad day, and I truly believe that, and I don't just say that to say it. But in my opinion, every day has at least one good moment. Some days have, maybe more bad moments than others. But that idea, I think if you shift your perspective in life to that, it helps you get through a lot of things. But at the same time, it goes back to that community. When I am feeling a little down, I can make a phone call. I can talk to a friend. I'm so lucky here at Babson. I'm part of the hockey team, and I have 27 plus brothers, and my coach, who is like a family and best friend to me, and I can lean on them, and I'm lucky to have that, and I want to be that for others, and that's why I'm fortunate to be doing work with Tom Smith and the Thomas E. Smith Foundation. It's very, very fortunate.
Yeah, that's a foundation that works with people who have injuries like yours, or who are paralyzed, and who are working like you are to just get better and to get back on track. And how did you hook up with that foundation?
Yeah, Tom Smith came into my life legit 24 hours after my injury. He obviously heard about my injury. My uncle reached out to him because my uncle kind of was doing research, trying to figure out what he could do to help. Got us connected with Tom, and Tom has changed my life in every aspect. It will definitely murky waters when you get injured in a paralysis injury like this. It's as accessible as the world is, we think it's really not that accessible, and at the same time, it's not a cheap injury. It's not a common injury.
Right.
And Tom Smith just right away answered the call. He's become family to me. He's become like a kind of an older brother and a mentor. And you asked who I lean on big time, and he's someone I lean on. He's been in this situation. He has had to fight, and unfortunately, he's been been given the gift to get back up on his feet. But he worked for that gift, and he is a big role model for myself and a lot of people in the paralysis world. And through his foundation, he gets adaptive equipment and buys different machines and equipment that make life independent for individuals with paralysis. Because unfortunately, there's people in a kind of tougher situation than I am that maybe can't live as independent. And our work at the foundation is to try to make them live a full, healthy life while trying to find this cure for paralysis.
But I see you're talking to folks like Mark Wahlberg. There's a lot of former and current Bruins, Boston Bruins you're talking to and stuff. But when it's someone has a similar experience, it's that feeling of not being alone. To me, anyway, in certain situations, that you're not the only one. And I think just knowing that is definitely a positive.
Yeah, couldn't have said it better. I think, and Tom told me this, it's an unwanted group or fraternity, you could say, but when you're in it together.
Yeah.
And you're in it for life, and no matter your outcome, your recovery, you're in it for life. And it's a very unique community in the way that like everyone is in it together. We all want the best for each other, and I think the same goes for the hockey community. Like I've been so blessed with the hockey community here in Massachusetts and the States, Canada, people I've heard from all over. It's just an unbelievable community, and the same goes for the paralysis. We're all in it together, and I'm just blessed to be part of it.
Well, I always say this: hockey players have the biggest hearts out of any of the athletes out there.
Yeah,
the most generous and the best storytellers and the biggest troublemakers. But you know what? The biggest hearts above everything else. The biggest hearts out there. So this Friday, or I'm sorry, tomorrow, the Railers are having a game. It's Jake Thibeault night, and they're having an auction to benefit the Thomas E. Smith Foundation. There's a lot of great stuff up there. I'm particularly eyeing the Wormtown Brewery VIP experience. Big fan of their beer, but their Polar Beverages has like a year's supply of Polar Beverages to give away. The Railers have a VIP package. There's a lot of great stuff, and all those proceeds will go to the Thomas E. Smith Foundation. So people should go to RailersHC.com and check all that out. And you'll be there tomorrow, right?
Yeah, tomorrow's going to be a great night. Tom and I will both be there and kind of be, around the arena. Just would love to talk to people, get to know people. Like we mentioned, the community is an unbelievable community, and especially Central Mass. And I've been fortunate. I grew up playing for the Worcester Junior Sharks and Railers, and it's part of my identity as a hockey player, and I'm grateful for that. And it's going to be a great night. I'll be there the whole night, and hopefully the Railers can get the win. That's the big thing, and make for a great night. But it's definitely going to impact a lot of lives, and I hope people realize that they're going to change people's lives and with paralysis and make a big difference. And so, yeah, definitely hope to see a lot of people there tomorrow night. It's going to be a great night.
All right. Well, Jake Thibeault, you're an inspirational person. It's tough to stay positive like that and putting everything you have in it every day, man. It really is inspirational. So thanks for doing what you're doing.
I appreciate that, Mike.
Yeah, thanks for doing what you do.
I appreciate that. I couldn't do it alone, and here we go, right?
Yeah.
Every day's a new day, like you just said, and
Right.
it's up to us to make the most of it. So I appreciate that, Mike, and I'm really looking forward to tomorrow night, and thanks for having me on.